Hey guys, well, we're in Woburn, Massachusetts here at Built by Buccieri. We're really excited to meet the owner, Anthony Buccieri, today and really show off his facility.
What's going on, Anthony?
What's up, Vince?
Thanks for having us here today, man.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Anthony, so obviously this facility is like top notch, man. It's awesome. And I know it's a grind to kind of get there. So just talk a little bit about, I know you've been in a couple different spots, but how's it feel to call someplace now home?
Feels great. I mean, I feel like I finally can be established. This has been my dream. I've always wanted to have a facility like this, like a garage-style, gritty gym. I wanted to mix modern with that rocky type atmosphere of a workout. But I've had some struggles. I've had to go from office parks. I've had to go to places that weren't always the best facility for gyms. Now I have limitless of opportunities. I can go outside into the parking lot. I can bring people onto turf. I can really open up my book of tricks and really give everybody all my different types of workouts and the ideas that come. I don't have to think twice about them. I can just throw them right at the person.
Yeah, and that's what's great is that you have this outside. Like when we parked here, I was like, wow, he must do a lot of stuff out there in the summer, especially where it's light out longer and so on. So inside the facility, right? I mean, how do you determine, like, obviously you have your, your ideas of what you think goes into a workout and the science behind it and so on. I mean, how do you go about deciding what you wanted to put in this facility once you kind of opened it up?
Well, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be your traditional Planet Fitness, 3 sets of 10 machines. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way I train, the way I style is I like to train the full body all the time. I like to engage your core. I like to engage your stability. I want you to be mobile. I want you to be flexible. So I use a little bit of a diverse equipment. So when I try to incorporate that here, I think outside the box. I try to bring in things that you have to work with your hands, different arm angles. That's the type of stuff I like to work with. If you notice, I have very few cardio machines, and the one I use, I usually don't even use traditionally. I'll have them off and make you power them. I have the turf in here, which is a great tool to use, especially for athletes, sliding, moving. It's easy on your feet. I like to find things all the time that are a little bit different and then make them my own. And even the stuff that's here, like dumbbells, very rarely are used for that simple 3 sets of 10 like I was talking about. I'll use it for different aspects, like a cardio or a boot camp like I have set up here. That's where you get the most out of your body, and that's where you get the most muscle endurance.
So obviously this facility is huge. It's like a dream facility for you. I mean, what's the aspirations now? Now that you have this spot, how do you want to grow as a business?
Without a doubt, it's now trying to transition from just doing one-on-one training in groups into bringing in like younger athletes, high school, college athletes, sports teams. I have the space to do it now. And now I want to put my knowledge and my experience to the test. I want to train these athletes the way I think they should be trained now. I want to take it out of the Stone Age and bring it into the New Age. See how my stuff works, because I think my tricks of muscle endurance and trying to get people to work in different fields, that's going to translate onto the field. That's going to prevent injuries. That's going to promote strength. That's going to get people to see you in a different way and maybe give the up to the school that I'm working with, or the team that I'm working with. It's an untapped resource, and it's a whole new world out there of workouts, and I think that adding that into a plan on top of your traditional strength training could really bring the child into the next level, get it to the next step of fitness. Teach them proper nutrition. There's a lot of things out there that there's alternatives for, and I think that I can bring that to the table.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. Being a former high school coach like myself, I didn't pretend to know how to work these kids out and put them through workouts. I got someone to do it, and I think that's so important because, like school or like anything, you want it to be fun. So you want to make workouts fun and different with different, machinery or different types of exercises that you wouldn't typically do, if you're in a regular routine gym like you had mentioned. So I think this is great that, that's your idea and learning how to grow and be bigger and better at this.
Right. I mean, think about it. You're a kid. You get out of school. You want to go home. You want to go to practice. It's a drag. So you got to make it fun. Let me throw you something. Let's work out with axes today. Let's work out with hammers. You say something like that, that's going to pique interest. So not only do I have their interest there, but now I'm getting something out of it because I know that's going to help their strength. It's all about trying to make it fun. You leave here knowing you got your butt kicked, but at the same time, you're like, I feel better, I feel stronger. That was cool. I want to get better at it. And you can visibly see yourself get stronger and better with them.
Well, listen, man, I brought my workout clothes today. I love that you would put me through a workout, show me some of the unique things that you do here, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too. As you see, I already got the crime scene set up for you, so I'm ready to go.
I love it. All right, here we go.
Is that what they wear to work out at Arlington Catholic? We wore sneakers at Marvin.
Yeah, listen, when you're wearing pants, you kind of forget what you have underneath, and this is what I got.
All right, we'll make do, man.
All right, what do we got here? What do we put me through first?
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use our jammers. So a lot of times you see these in the NFL Combine. What this is, it teaches explosiveness. It strengthens your arms, your shoulders, your core, and your legs. So what you do is you're gonna step into the rack, and when you come out, you put your whole body weight in, it explodes straight up. Boom, and then bring it back nice and easy, bang. So now it's boom. So the comeback and the slow, that's the negative. And that's making the muscles work just as hard as you are exploding. So hit it again. Now hold, come back really slow, fight it. Now give you a press right there. Boom, look at that.
I go all day on this.
Look at this.
Got more weight? All right, I think we got the Iron Sheik things here. What do we got?
Surprisingly enough, that crazy guy actually had a point. These things actually work. So these things are 5 pounds of straight iron, and what you're gonna do with them is for shoulder stability. So a lot of young athletes these days have a lot of shoulder problems. This teaches the strength in the rotator cuff and the shoulder girdle, which is right on top. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold them straight up. Balance, you're gonna go over your head, engage your core, pause, come down very slow. By doing this, you're teaching your shoulders, all 3 aspects of your deltoids to work together, and your rotator cuff to work with it. And you don't have to swing them over your head like he did, but give it a shot.
All right, let's check it out. Arms straight.
Arms straight, chest high, slowly up over your head, all the way back. Pause right there for a second, come down nice and slow. Stop right there. Bring it back up one more time. Bring it all the way down. Now we have a little fun with it. Hold it there. Tip it to the side. All the way up. Bring it all the way up. Now try to go up this way. Bring it back. Back up over your head. There you go, Shiki baby.
I felt like 4 things crack on that last one.
Good job.
So this looks like the coolest thing out there. What do we got?
This is a must for any athlete these days. This is called a sand dune. And what this does is it simulates you running on sand. In essence, it's really just a giant mattress. But what it does is it takes the impact off your knees and your feet when you're running, makes it harder because you have no stability of the ground, and makes you go higher because you can get your feet really, really high without having that weird impact of slamming down. I'm also gonna use these axes. So these chop fit axes are weighted in the head. If you tilt them like this, again, it works your shoulders. Anytime you work your shoulders, you work your core. Your core works from here down to the hip. Big X through your body. So you're gonna stand on this dune, you're gonna hold your hands straight out like this, and you're gonna run. Keep your knees high, keep the axes straight.
This is gonna be interesting. So out straight.
Out straight, engage your core, tighten up, now get those knees nice and high and run. Good. There you go, get high. There we go. Good.
No other podcast host is literally doing this. Big Cat ain't doing this. Portnoy ain't doing this.
That's it, good.
I know.
Right, so what we're gonna do here, this is what I call a dead tread run. So a lot of times with treadmills, people just put the button on, they stand their hands on their hips and just be like, go for it. Well, why do that when you can generate your force? So for explosiveness, to hit, when you're on the line, when you're running, you're just off and going, right? So you're gonna go from a dead stop, hands on the treadmill, explode. You stop, tread stops. Cool. Don't stop. There you go, good. Push.
Test my 40 after this.
All right, so next we got this one. This is called an axle. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It looks like a car axle. Wheels on the end on a barbell. And what it's great for is stability. Now everyone does those like ab wheel outs. Barbell's better. It separates it more, makes your body work harder. So you can hold onto the wheel, be on your knees, engage your core, stretch out, wheel in. Let your arms lead the way. Wheel in.
Perfect. That's it? I'm on my knees, right?
On your knees.
All right, Anthony, we want to thank you for allowing us access to your facility today. I think you're on to something really special. I think you're going to do really well, man. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I can't express my gratitude for you guys coming in, spotlighting me. And I wish something like this was around when I was a kid. You know, and I think that the knowledge passed on in a safe environment is, you know, unparalleled. Awesome. So I'm looking to do that, and believe me, I'm welcoming to anyone that wants to come in. And I'd like to thank you guys for putting a spotlight on the people that you do. Give them the credit for what it is, because what you're doing is great. You know, it's needed in this industry, and I think it's definitely needed for kids to see that there's other alternatives out there. So what you're doing is fantastic too.
Awesome. Thanks so much again.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So one last question we want to ask is, talk about your neighbor, your next door neighbor here.
Funny you should mention, it's actually my father. Pizzeria Regina, they have a commissary next door, so they make pizzas there all the time. So it's actually kind of funny.
You expect anybody?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I'm here for pizza.